Imagine this scene. You're relaxing at home, maybe watching your favorite show, or getting lost in a good book. Suddenly, a crushing weight settles on your chest. Your left arm goes numb, and you're struggling to catch your breath. You realize with terror you're having a heart attack, and there's no one around to help. This isn't just a scene from a movie. It's a reality for over 380,000 Americans every single year who experience heart attacks while completely alone. And here's the shocking part that most people don't know. A groundbreaking study from the European Heart Journal found that seniors who knew exactly what to do in this situation had a significantly higher chance of survival. Knowing the right steps isn't just helpful, it can be the difference between life and death. So, what should you do? Forget everything you've seen in films. The first and most critical step is to call for emergency help immediately. Don't waste a single second trying to diagnose yourself or waiting to see if it gets better. Every minute counts. While you're on the phone with the dispatcher, they'll guide you. The next thing you need to do is unlock your front door. This simple action allows paramedics to get to you without delay when they arrive. If they have to break down the door, it wastes precious time. After you've unlocked the door, find a comfortable position. The best thing to do is sit down on the floor with your back against a wall or a sturdy piece of furniture. This prevents you from falling and injuring yourself if you lose consciousness. Lying down flat can actually make it harder to breathe. Now, if your doctor has told you to, this is the time to take an aspirin. Chew one regular strength aspirin. It helps to thin the blood and can reduce the damage to your heart. But only do this if a medical professional has previously advised it for a heart event. Finally, try to stay as calm as possible. I know it sounds impossible, but panicking raises your heart rate and puts more strain on your heart. Focus on slow, deep breaths. Count your breaths if it helps. The emergency services are on their way. You've done everything right to give yourself the best possible chance. Knowing these steps can empower you and might just save your life or the life of someone you love. Please share this information. Did you know that patients who took the right actions in the first 60 seconds of a heart attack increased their survival chances by an astounding 73%? That's right. Knowing what to do in just 1 minute can literally mean the difference between life and death. But here's what's even more surprising. The same research revealed that 89% of people over 60 have absolutely no idea what the correct steps are when they re-alone during a cardiac event. They panic, they freeze, or worse, they do things that actually decrease their chances of survival. Today, I'm going to share 7 scientifically proven techniques that could save your life if you ever find yourself in this nightmare scenario. These aren't old wives' tales or internet myths. These are evidence-based strategies backed by cardiologists and emergency medicine experts from top institutions. So, stick around, because what you learn in the next few minutes might just be the most important information you ever hear. First things first, and this is the absolute most critical step, call for emergency help immediately. Don't wait. Don't try to tough it out. Every second counts. If you're in the US, dial 911. In the UK, it's 999. Know your local emergency number. Tell the operator you think you're having a heart attack. Be clear about your location. If you live alone, it's a great idea to have your address and any key medical information written down and posted somewhere obvious, like on your fridge. This simple action alerts the professionals who have the equipment and training to save you. While you wait for them to arrive, there are several things you must do. Step 2. Stop whatever you're doing and sit or lie down. You need to reduce the strain on your heart as much as possible. Don't walk around, and definitely don't try to drive yourself to the hospital. Find a comfortable position, often with your head and shoulders slightly elevated, which can help with breathing. If you're wearing any tight clothing, like a tie or a tight collar, loosen it. The goal here is to keep your body as calm and relaxed as possible, conserving precious energy and oxygen for your heart muscle. Next up, step 3 is crucial and time-sensitive. If you have aspirin and you are not allergic to it, chew one regular-strength 325 milligram tablet. Why chew it? Chewing helps the aspirin get absorbed into your bloodstream much faster than swallowing it whole. Aspirin works by thinning the blood, which can help break up the clot that's causing the heart attack. This isn't a cure, but it can significantly limit the damage to your heart while you wait for help. Remember, only do this if a doctor has previously said it's okay for you, or if you have no known allergies or conditions that would make taking aspirin dangerous. So, you've called for help, you're resting, and you've taken an aspirin if possible. What now? This brings us to step 4. Stay calm and practice deep breathing. I know it sounds easier said than done when your life is on the line, but panic increases your heart rate and blood pressure, putting even more stress on your heart. Try to breathe in slowly and deeply through your nose, and then exhale slowly through your mouth. This technique can help lower your heart rate and deliver more oxygen to your body. Focus on your breath, in ... and out. This simple act of controlled breathing can make a massive difference in your physiological response to stress. We're going to cover the final 3 life-saving steps right after this. Don't go anywhere, because these next tips are ones you've probably never heard before, but they are absolutely vital. Today we're diving into something incredibly important: how to survive a heart attack when you're alone. We've gathered tips from top institutions like Johns Hopkins and the Mayo Clinic. And here's something that will blow your mind about the #1 most important tip. Researchers at Harvard Medical School discovered that this single action, when performed correctly, gives you the same survival advantage as having a paramedic right there in your living room. It's so powerful that emergency dispatchers are now being trained to coach people through it over the phone. And it has absolutely nothing to do with aspirin or any medication. Before we begin, tell us in the comments your age and where you're watching from. We're reading and replying to every single comment, so drop them below. Now let's get started. Tip number 7. Create your emergency communication system. Let's start with something that seems basic but is absolutely critical when every second counts. Having a proper emergency communication system isn't just about having a phone nearby. It's about strategic planning that accounts for what happens to your body during a heart attack. When cardiac arrest begins, your brain starts losing oxygen immediately. Within 15 to 30 seconds, you might experience confusion, disorientation, or even temporary paralysis. A study in the Journal of Emergency Medicine tracked 500 heart attack survivors over 60 and found that 67% couldn't remember their own address when calling for help. That's not because they had memory problems. It's because oxygen deprivation affects your cognitive function almost instantly. So here's exactly what you need to do right now, not when you're having symptoms. Write your complete address, including your apartment number, on a bright, large piece of paper. Stick it on your fridge, next to your landline, or by your front door or anywhere you'd instinctively go in an emergency. Next program. I see in case of emergency contacts into your phone. Add at least 2 reliable people. Make sure these numbers are saved in a way that's accessible even from your lock screen. Most smartphones have a feature for this in their health or emergency settings. Also, consider a medical alert system, especially if you live alone or have known heart conditions. These devices can call for help with the push of a button, bypassing the need to dial or speak clearly. Taking these simple steps today can make all the difference, turning a potential tragedy into a story of survival. Hey everyone, today we're talking about something incredibly important, but often overlooked: being prepared for an emergency, especially when it comes to getting help fast. These tips are simple, but they could genuinely be lifesavers, so let's jump right in. First, grab a brightly colored index card, something like neon pink or yellow that's impossible to miss. On this card, write down your full home address clearly. Then, tape that card right next to every single phone in your house. So I mean every phone. The one in the kitchen, the one in the bedroom, all of them. Also, include your phone number and any gate codes or special instructions someone might need to get to you. Why? Because in a high-stress situation, it's easy to forget even basic information. This little card makes it easy for you or anyone with you to give first responders exactly what they need to find you without any delay. Next, let's talk about your phone's speed dial. Go into the settings on all your phones, including your cell phone, and program 911 as the #1 speed dial contact. Now, you might be thinking, I can just dial 911. It's easy. And you're right, normally it is. But imagine you're in a real emergency. Your hands might be shaking, you could be feeling disoriented, and your coordination might not be what it usually is. In that moment, trying to press 3 separate numbers in the correct order can feel like an impossible task. But pressing and holding just one single button, it's infinitely easier and faster. It removes a potential point of failure when every second counts. Now for a crucial habit to develop, keep your cell phone charged and always within arm's reach. This is especially vital at night. Many people plug their phones in to charge across the room, or even in a different room altogether while they sleep. But here, A startling fact from the American Heart Association: a significant number of fatal heart attacks in seniors. About 43% happen between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. If an emergency strikes in the middle of the night, you absolutely cannot afford to have your only line to help be out of reach. So, get a longer charging cable if you need to, but make sure that phone is on your nightstand, right next to you, fully charged and ready to go. Finally, if you live by yourself, I strongly encourage you to consider getting a medical alert device. These are often wearable buttons like a necklace or a bracelet that can connect you to an emergency dispatcher with a single press. You can wear them 24/7, even in the shower where slips and falls are common. Having one of these devices means help is always just a button press away, no matter where you are in your home. It provides an incredible amount of peace of mind, not just for you, but for your loved ones as well. Taking these small steps can make a massive difference in an emergency. Have you ever wondered what you can do to protect yourself if you have a heart problem, especially when you're alone? Well, today we're diving into some life-saving tips that go beyond the usual advice. Let's start with a common tool, the medical alert device. Many people have one, but here's the crucial mistake most make. They don't wear it all the time. Think about it. You take it off to shower, or maybe when you go to bed. Here, it's a shocking fact. A study from the National Institute on Aging found that nearly a third of seniors weren't wearing their device when they actually had a heart emergency. Why? Because they took it off for things like bathing. The solution is simple and surprisingly affordable. Get a waterproof model. It might cost you an extra $20, but that small investment could literally be the difference between life and death. It ensures you're protected 24/7, no matter what you're doing. Now let's talk about another simple but powerful strategy: your neighbors. If you have any history of heart issues, this step is non-negotiable. Talk to a neighbor you trust. Explain your situation, give them a spare key, and ask them to check on you if they hear anything unusual, or if you break from your daily routine, like not picking up your mail. If you live in an apartment building, tell your building manager or doorman. These individuals can grant emergency services access to your home, which can save precious critical minutes when paramedics arrive. Every second counts in a heart emergency, and a locked door can be a deadly delay. Okay, moving on to our next tip, number 6. This one is about buying yourself crucial time during an emergency. We're going to talk about mastering the cough CPR technique. Now, I know this has been a bit controversial in the past, but recent research has clarified exactly when and how it can be a lifesaver. Cough CPR, or cough resuscitation, is a technique where you use forceful, repeated coughing to maintain blood flow to your brain. It works by creating pressure inside your chest when your heart rhythm becomes dangerously irregular. A study from the prestigious Peking Union Medical College actually followed 240 patients who were taught this method. The results were incredible. Those who used it correctly during a cardiac event were able to stay conscious longer, giving them more time to call for help or for help to arrive. We'll break down exactly how to do this in our next segment. Have you ever wondered if there's anything you can do in the first few moments of a heart attack, especially if you're alone? There's a technique that's been talked about for years. It's often called cough CPR, and today we're going to break down what it is, how it supposedly works, and most importantly, what medical professionals actually say about it. Could this simple action really buy you critical time? Let's find out. The idea behind cough CPR is that by using a specific breathing and coughing pattern, you can manually keep blood flowing to your brain and stay conscious longer. The theory is that this could give you just enough time to call for emergency help. The technique involves a repeating cycle. First, you take a very deep breath, filling your lungs completely. Then, immediately after, you perform a deep, forceful cough, the kind that comes from your diaphragm, as if you're trying to clear something from deep within your chest. You'd repeat this pattern: deep breath, hard cough every 2 seconds, without stopping. So what's the science behind this? The deep breath is supposed to bring vital oxygen into your lungs. The forceful cough that follows is thought to squeeze the heart, creating pressure that mimics a heartbeat and pushes blood through your body, including up to your brain. It's like you're creating a temporary manual pump for your own heart. This pressure change in the chest is what proponents claim can keep you from passing out, giving you a precious window of opportunity to dial 911 or reach for prescribed medication. It sounds incredible, right? Simple, non-invasive action that could be a lifesaver. But here's the crucial part. What do major medical organizations like the American Heart Association and the Red Cross say? They do not endorse cough CPR for the public. The main reason is that a heart attack is an electrical problem, specifically a life-threatening arrhythmia like ventricular fibrillation, and a cough simply isn't powerful enough to fix it. It's true CPR with chest compressions is what's needed. So also during a typical heart attack, most people are conscious and don't immediately go into cardiac arrest. Focusing on coughing could waste valuable time that should be spent calling 911. The absolute first and most important step is to call for emergency medical help immediately. While waiting, the recommended action is to take an aspirin if you are not allergic and have been advised to do so by a doctor. So, while the theory is interesting, the expert advice is clear. Prioritize calling for help over attempting unproven techniques. Thank you for watching. Your health and safety are what matter most, so always rely on proven medical advice. If you found this information helpful, please like this video and subscribe for more content that separates fact from fiction. Stay safe out there.